Okay, welcome to the last video for HTML, Introduction to Web Development. We're going to finish off our IDEA file. So if you do not have the IDEA file, or you got behind or it's not working for you, I'll have a copy up with this video so you can start from where I'm starting. So if we look at where we were from last time, let's go to our, get out of my way, there we go, to our idea generator. So we've got the center looking pretty good. We got our image, we got our title, a little text, a buy me button. Oh, I was gonna redesign that buy me button. I don't think I'm gonna get to that, but that's fine. We're going to today finish off by doing our product links and our contact info up top and styling that. So let's start with our product links. So what are we going to put across the top here? So let's go to our code. Okay, and our product links are right here in the div ID head. So let's create some product links. So let's say what are some links we should do? We had our idea generator. We have our widgetizer. I'm going to put a pipe in between these. That's a shift backslash. Widgetizer. Let's see. We can sell some dehydrated water. We could sell a current bush for current bush seeds. So if you want to grow a current bush, so if you're off camping, don't have access to power, grow your own current bush. Old Boy Scout joke. So, and finally, I'm going to just say more great ideas. Okay. So let's save that and let's go take a look at it. So go to our share and go to here. There we go. So we got all of those there. We're going to make each one of these links. I'm not going to put a link to it. In fact, let's go make them links, and then let's do a little styling so that it looks halfway decent. So let's go back to our code. So to make these a link, you should be familiar with this. We're going to use an anchor tag. href equal, whoops. That's where it goes if you click on it. So, and we need a closing anchor tag afterward. So we're going to href. We're not going to put anything in our href right now because we don't have a page to go to, but that could be filled in later if this were a real page. So I'm going to paste one of those in front of each, and I'm going to paste a closing anchor tag. Oops, that worked. After each one. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this from left to right, and I want to center it from top to bottom, put it in the middle. So we're going to use our ID of head to work with that. So let's go down here. Do we have ID head already? Yes, we do. So we got a height, a background color, and text color. So now, in order to center text, it's fairly simple. We just use text dash line center. That will align the text in the center to center. Anything else, we have to go into our margin left, margin right auto like we did before. So to align it in the middle, we're going to go vertical align middle. You could do vertical align top, vertical align bottom if you wanted as well. So we'll go ahead and save that. Let's go see what we got. Shift refresh, boom. Okay, so our text align worked just great. Our vertical align did not work. So we'll check and see why that's not working. But let's go ahead. And so now one thing is we got really ugly links. They're blue underlined and don't look very great. So what we want to do is we want to add some link styling. So So let's go add our link styling first, then we'll deal with our alignment top and bottom. In fact, I don't think I want to align middle anyway, because I want it kind of at the top there. But okay, so how do we style links? This is a little bit different. I'm just going to put it under a head since we're working here. So we're going to style all our anchor tags because they're only anchor tags. Let's see. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to say any anchor tags in the head. So I'm going to go pound head for ID space A. That means that any anchor tag inside of the head ID will be styled here. Okay, now when we style anchor tags, we want to do a couple different ways. We want to do active. Is that colon or period or colon? I should look that up. We'll find out. Let's do this then. Let's go text decoration none. That'll get rid of our underline. That's there. And active, we just want it to be the same color as our regular text here, so we're going to make it white. Okay, go ahead and save that. I want to say this is a period and not a colon, but let's see if this works here. So I'm going to go back to my shift refresh. Okay, so it didn't appear to do anything. Okay, here's another opportunity for us to say, hey, I don't remember how to do this. No, I kind of do, but what do I do? If I don't have anyone to talk to, how do I figure this out? Well, we go to Google. So let's go to Google and let's put in, we're looking for CSS anchor tag. Okay, so if I Google CSS anchor tag, we got HTML tagged anchor. I want the CSS styling links. Okay, we're gonna go right here to our W3 schools. That's a good one. So we're gonna look here. We got a regular anchor, color hot pink. I didn't know that was it. Is colon. Active, link active, visited, hover. So it used to say that it depended on what state, it depended on what order you put them in. They want them to link, visited, hover, and active, but I don't think that really matters. So I got that right, a colon link. They got their red, they got their green, they got their blue. There's our text decoration, none, so that's working. Let's go back to our code here. We'll go back to here first, then we'll go back to our code. And let's see if there's another error here. So head a active. Okay, that looks right. We're going to do the same thing while we're in here. So same exact thing is going to be done for pound head a colon link and comma pound head a colon visited. Okay, so for those three, now anytime you want to put more than one thing, you separate it by a comma. So each thing will have the same thing, text decoration none and color white. Let's save this, make sure I saved it. Maybe that was my problem, but I thought I did. Let's go back to our code and shift refresh. Hey, there we go. It must have been something. Maybe I didn't save. Okay, so now I got rid of the underline and it made it all white. Now I'm going to show you kind of a fun thing you can do with this. We're going to put a hover in here. We're going to make the hover. We're going to change the text to this color right here. This light when you hover over it. So let's go back to our code. And let's add one more. Pound head a colon hover. Okay. Hover is going to use the same color as we got down here for our product title. So I'm just going to go down and copy our pound C. C2008 E54. And I'm going to put here, I'm going to put, oops, color V. I don't want, let's leave it underlined. Sometimes it's kind of fun to make it become underlined when you do that. Let's see. So now if I save it and I go back and take a look at it. Okay, now when I hover over, it changes color. I was thinking, because of the text decoration none, I might have to, say I want it to underline when I hover over it. Let's go and do that. So let's go back to our code. I thought maybe it would default to hover, but I think this text decoration none is carrying through. So let's do text decoration colon underlined. Okay, save that. Let's run out and take a look. There we go. Now when I hover, it turns light brown and it underlines it. So kind of interesting. It says, hey, this is a link. Now most of the people say it changed color and say that's a link, but that's another way of saying that. So now I'm just going to push this down instead of our V align vertical line. Maybe it's a V align. Let me go and check that real quick first. So let's go back to our code. And let's look at our vertical line. And let's, I'm just going to get rid of it. Start over. Since it didn't work. V align, no. V dash align, no. So it is vertical align. Middle, is it? Okay. So well, let's just make sure I didn't type something stranger. So let's go check a look at that. Refresh. No, still not vertically aligning. Actually, I know why it's not vertically aligning, because the widget, we have a height in there. Let's go take a look at our code. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and do it with a little padding on top. Let's see. Share. Okay, so we've got a height of 100 pixels. So, well, let's do this then. Inside of our head, we're going to add some padding. Remember, padding's on the inside. We want to do that. I'm going to get rid of our vertical line middle. And I'm going to do padding colon top. Not padding dash top, sorry. Colon. And let's drop it down about 30 pixels. It won't be exactly middle, but I'm thinking maybe it'll look better not being in the middle. You can play with this a little bit if you want. So save that. Go ahead and get our share. Just refresh. Why isn't it working? Something else is going on here. So this can be the interesting thing about setting these things up, is things don't always work exactly like you expect them to. So let's go back to our code and see if we can see what the idea might be. So our height is working, so we're getting into here, but it doesn't like that padding top. Let's look at our code up here. So head padding, great ideas. That should work. Well, here's another thing we can do. That's interesting. I don't understand why that isn't working. That's all correct. Stuff I've done many times. That explains why the vertical middle didn't work either. I'm gonna get rid of that for right now, because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, in here, add a div. Give it an ID equal to, let's call it inner head. Inner head, capital H. I'm using a little camel case there. Let's tab this over. Oops. If you highlight it, it disappears. If you put the thing in front of it and tab, hey, there it works. Okay. Okay, let's do a closing div. So I just put a div inside of there. And I have a feeling this needs to be middle inside of the existing. So if I do vertical align middle here, it's trying to probably vertically align it within the container it's in, which is the body, which is only so big. So it won't make a difference. Let's see if that makes a difference. So now I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to my pound head. Under that, I'm going to add a pound inner head. Remember that capital H? That's called camel case. Okay, here I'm going to say vertical line middle. Semicolon. Okay, save it. Let's go take a look. No, something weird is happening. Okay, well, let's go back. I don't have time to track down what's weird happening. We'll spend the entire hour looking at one thing. So instead of vertical line middle in our inner head, I'm just going to add a padding top. Let's add margin. Margin dash top colon. Let's add our 30 pixels there. Let's see what that does. Okay. Let's go back and take a look. So it did that there. Something is off a little bit with our code. Are we missing an ending div tag or something? Let's go take a look. Our code is acting strangely. Okay, let's go up here. We got our opening div and our closing div here. Opening, closing there. Div main, opening, closing. Ha, look at that. I've got div ID foot. I've got closing foot. That could be throwing everything off. So I'm going to change that to a closing div on ID foot here. Let's see what happens when I save that and view it. Sometimes if you don't have things set up just quite right, you got a little error in there, it can cause some strange things to happen to your code. Okay, well, that didn't fix it. That is really strange. Okay, another way we can do this then. Let's just find different ways. Instead of trying to track down the error right now, I'm going to get rid of that inner head entirely, margin top. And instead, I'm going to add it to this down here. Inside of my hair here, let's just add a pound head space A. That's not going to do it though. That is really strange. I'm going to Control Z back to my inner head, margin top. Okay, well, I may do a quick update to this video and once I sit down and figure this out. Yeah, something's not working like it shouldn't, and there's just a little error hanging out there somewhere. Okay, so let's say for right now, I'm going to get rid of I'm just going to get rid of this inner head thing altogether. Delete. Control S. Okay, go ahead and, oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing my code. So what I did is I got rid of the, here. I got rid of this, our inner head margin. Delete that. So we just got a regular head. We've got that. I'm just going to, for fun of it here, add a padding. This is what it should be, padding top, 30 pixels. I'm going to go back to this. It's not going to work right now, but that's what it should be at. If you need to, you can stop your code. Stop quick and take a look here. Okay, so my phone's ringing off in the distance, but I'm not going to answer. So let's go take a look and see what that does. It should just get rid of that space up top. Oh, look at that. Now we got a padding. Okay, something weird's going on. We'll figure that out. Okay, let's go take a look at our footer with our contact info here. So I'm going to go back to our code. Here's our div ID foot with contact info. Okay, so in the contact info, I'm going to put a link for let's do this. Let's put in why are stuff enterprises? That's the name of our company. Okay. 1, 2, 3 Main Street. Buy stuff, Minnesota 55555. Okay, now if you were here, I'd say, what's wrong with this right here? Well, here, let's save it real quick and see if you can guess. What will this show up like when we put on the page? So let's go to our page, shift refresh. Oops, I'm jumping, oops, instead of out of the code, I'm jumping through the bottom. You won't be able to see it. There we go. Okay, so contact info, we added that stuff there. Let's shift refresh. What happened? So we didn't get our line breaks because HTML doesn't care about a regular carriage return. It just cares about line breaks. So let's go ahead and go to go back to our code. Okay. Okay, so what we need to do here then is we need to add some breaks. Okay, I'm going to add another break here because I'm going to add our phone number 555-123-452456. Okay. Okay, let's save that. Now, if we go and view it, boom, there we go. It's all lined up. Last thing we need to do is add a little space on top and center it. So let's go back to our code. Okay, so we're ID foot. I don't think I've put anything in foot. Oh yeah, there we go. We got a height, background color, that. So we want to center it, so we're going to do our text align center. Then we want a little padding on top, so let's go padding that top, and we'll see if this has the same weird error. I'm only going to put a 10 pixel pad in there. We don't need a lot of padding. Okay, let's go take a look. There we go. We've got ourselves a landing page where you've got links to other products we have. It has the idea generator, a little explanation, buy me, there's no price, we don't care, we're not really selling it. And some contact information, buy our stuff enterprises. Cool, so this is probably the most basic web page, but if you get into web page design, landing pages will become a common thing for you when you're starting out, because it's usually something they assign to some of the newbies to generate for them. So that's the end of this. I'll put up the original file to in case you had an issue and couldn't get started, and also try to put up the finished file so that you can see what it looks like when it's done if you get lost along the way. Again, if you have any questions, give me an email at mrc@mrcscience.com, and I will have your report cards out within the next week or so. Talk to you later.